Okay, live playback?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Who wants to start us?
We have a pretty bad echo right now, so it's kind of hard to talk. Okay. We were kind of just talking about, before you got here, we were talking about some of the questions on the homework assignment. We were kind of going over that. Some had trouble this week. Others of us didn't have any trouble. So we were just kind of going over some of the ones that people had trouble on. Did you guys want to keep going over homework, or do we want to go into the quiz?
I'm ready for the quiz.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do the quiz.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, let me pull it up. Okay.
Okay. I have my applet up already since it looks like it's going to be used.
Okay, I got everything open now. Find the combined area under this. Right.
I got 0.825 for 3.
I got 0.1745. What did I do wrong?
I got 0.7452.
Okay, we would color in the outsides, not the inside.
Correct, the outside edges.
So that would give it an area of 0.1745.
That's also what I got.
That's also what I got when I read the question correctly and put in the right information.
Oh, but you know what? It says round your answer to 3 decimal points. So we better fix that.
175. Yeah. Smaller stamps. 900.
I always hate it when they say, or none of the above, or
Yeah.
all of the above.
I hate that too. Well, I feel like it's either B or C. That C is still.
We decided that 4 was C, right?
I don't think we've decided yet.
Oh, okay.
I mean, unless you are just sure, go right ahead. I mean, if anybody's sure, raise your hand and tell me what the answer is, because I don't know. I'm trying to read and see if I missed that somewhere.
Wasn't it in our last lesson?
All I remember from the last lesson was that if the larger the sample size gets, then the smaller the
That's what I remember too. So,
smaller
I
the
wasn't
standard deviation.
sure on
I don't
Law of
know.
large numbers or something like that.
Right. But I don't know about this. Because there's no variation in the sample size. It's just saying 9 and 9.
X bar is normally recorded if the data were drawn from a normal population or if the sample size is significantly large.
Nine observations is small. Okay.
Yeah, that's not small.
Man, I say we just flip a coin, B or C.
Where'd my test go? There it is.
I can't find anything in this chapter that would give us that answer. So I don't know. Anybody have like a strong feeling one way or another? Or are we just gonna guess?
Because I can't think of anything, I'm thinking it might be C. But, that's just a hunch. Like, 'cause I'm trying to think this out and it's not making any sense.
Right.
And I know I thought it out and it didn't make sense. It was because it couldn't be obtained from that information.
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
Yep, I'll say
right.
Go for it.
I apologize if that's not correct.
Don't worry, we get to take it again.
So C it is, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
By virtue of nobody cares. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
That's going to be the law of large numbers.
So D.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now I got to get my pen and paper out.
Yeah.
I actually kind of secretly love doing these equations because I know how to do them.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as you. But I like math.
Oh, yeah.
So.
This is just easier than calculus, and that's why I like it.
Okay, so is this the, what did I write down? Is this finding the area of the probability under the normal curve? Or is this finding the area of the probability for a distribution of a sample mean? That's where I get mixed up.
This is, I don't know what you labeled it, but this to me is Z equals X minus the mean over the standard deviation. And we're solving for Z, the Z score.
Okay. All right. That's the first one. I'm still trying to memorize it, but that I put
I
that
got
up.
1.05. Wait. Round to 3 decimal places. 1.045? Yes, 1.045 is what I got.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Me too. 1.045.
Can you just tell me the numbers that you punched in to substitute for the formula?
Yes, I did Z equals 160 minus 150.8 over 8.8.
So it kind of looks like, if you can see my, is it backwards?
No, it's not backwards.
That's good.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Equation right there. That's that was on the homework last week, but that's the equation right there.
Got it.
Underneath is the standard deviation. So to get the z-score, you take the mean minus the
Variable.
whatever word I can't think of right now, and then over the standard deviation to get the answer for the equation. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. And so what was the answer you guys got?
1.045.
We're going to round to the, so it's 1.05, no,
I think we put them all in.
yeah, 1.045.
Mhm.
Got it.
Okay, so for this next one, we calculate the z-score first and then put the z-score into the probability applet to get the probability. So in this one, the variable, or x, is going to be 160.
That's what we had above.
Oh, that
Right,
was the word that I was trying to think of, was the variable.
Right.
My bad.
So now, so that is basically the same problem as above. Now we just need to plug that answer 1.045. That was the z-score that we arrived at. We just need to put that in the probability applet and then highlight the areas that are to the right of that.
So 0.148.
I have 0.9128.
I think I might have done something wrong.
I have
I got-
0.960.
I got 0.1480.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Okay,
That's what I
wait.
got.
80. There we go. Yep.
So the 1.048.
Point.
Now what is wrong?
And it's 0.148. 0.148.
That's what I got. 0.148.
Awesome.
0.8.
148.
Yeah, 148.
148 is the area. Okay, I just messed up. All right. So for number 7, the answer is 0.148.
48.
Yes.
Correct.
Got it.
Mm. Random sample of 5 students was selected. Where's that? This is. Name. Okay.
Above 160.
163 is like a real good score, actually. That's like average. 175 is amazing. That's like nearly perfect.
So this is like going backwards. This is like a review question, right?
So far, all I've got this is a sample mean. I just got that.
Yeah, we just add those up and divide by 5.
Which I got 160. So are we using, oh my gosh, are they wanting us to go back and calculate the standard deviation for this as well? Because that's what we need to get a z-score.
Yeah, because we have to divide it by the standard deviation in order to get the z-score.
Yeah. So we have to find the standard deviation of this group of numbers. Is that what I'm understanding?
Can we use the standard deviation that they gave in question 6?
I don't know. I wouldn't think
They're
so
not
because
connected.
this is a whole new sample.
Right.
Oh, good point.
We have to calculate.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of steps in that.
Yeah, there's a lot of steps to find the standard deviation.
So I think like step 1 is you have to like minus the mean from each one of those.
Oh, because
Remind us that use quantitative. Open
You know,
that.
I want to just do this in Excel because I don't want to spend all night calculating that out.
I'm opening it right now. Why is it doing that?
You should go.
160, 175. $63. 49. 153.
Oh, here's my equation. Finally.
Carrie, you want to review what we're supposed to do after we've gotten the mean?
I got
Yeah.
11.6046.
First, we have to get
Standard
variance.
deviation.
Yeah.
I got 10.04.
Maybe I put one in wrong. Let me look.
I have 160.
What?
Okay, so you get your mean, and then you square it, right? Sum those up to get your sum, and then do the variance, which is the sum minus 1.
Okay.
Divide it by the number of people you have, or whatever the number of the population is to get your standard deviation. The standard deviation is in square root form. And then the square root is that, you know, of whatever it turns out to be when you use the square root.
Oh, I did put in one wrong. Hold on, let me fix that. A1. Okay, I got 10.04988. Is that what you got?
Yeah.
One more time.
I got 10.04988. Okay, so
Is that for your, that's for everything, right?
That's the standard
yes,
deviation.
that's the
Oh,
standard
that's-
deviation.
Okay.
And what have you got, Kara?
I got that for the standard deviation, but now I have to do the z-score thing.
So
Where's the paper? So we have z equals our mean.
Okay, so now what is our variable?
Our variance should be oh no, our
No,
variance,
not,
right, variable.
not the variance. Yeah, like,
That's a good question.
Wasn't the variance before the square root?
The variance is before the square root, yes, but we're talking about the variable. So like the 68, 95, 99.7 rule, you know, the variables of those.
maybe, hold on. For the next 4 questions, so 6, 7, 8, 8. Okay, so no, we are supposed to use the information above. I think we're doing this like way too much, looking way too much into this. It's saying what is the z-score corresponding to the sample mean of these student scores. So I think they're asking like that for us to find the mean of this student scores, but then find the z-score using the information above.
Oh, just get
Like,
the mean of this and use
yes,
that.
get the mean as that and use that as X to find your z-score.
So our standard deviation of 8.8, not 10.04988.
Right. We don't even need that. We like went to all this trouble to get that standard deviation and we didn't even need it.
That's okay. Good practice. Good practice.
Yeah. Glad we brushed up on that.
That is
Because
funny.
if that's on the test, a lot of review. A lot of
Right.
that.
Okay. So
Wasn't the standard mean, I mean the mean 160?
yeah, we got
Yeah.
I got 160.
Okay.
And then so it's gonna be 160 minus, what was the information at the top for the average? Minus 150.8 over 8.8. We just did that.
Wait,
Is it
isn't 150?
Yeah.
Isn't that the mean of this though? Am I missing something?
Okay, so we calculated the mean of that group of scores that they
Yes.
gave us.
And that's
And now-
160.
Right, 160. And
Yes.
so now we're using that coupled with the information that they gave us above to calculate the z-score. But we just had one that was 160 minus 150.8 over 8.8. So we already got that z-score once before.
But isn't the sample different with 5 students?
Yeah, but they didn't ask for that. They said, what is the z-score corresponding to the samples mean of these students' scores? So if they want the z-score that's corresponding to that sample mean, And they want us to use the information above because it says at the top, use the following information to answer the next 4 questions. And that's one of the 4 questions. And also, there's no possible way to get a z-score just from the information that's given, because you still need a variable, and there's no variable.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So the answer is still
1.045.
5. Yeah. Okay.
What is the probability that 5 randomly selected students will have a mean score? Oh man, that's where you have to like get the p-value, right?
I'm getting my notes.
I did not get that value thing at all.
This is that whole like must equal 1 p of e probability of the event.
Okay, so I remember reading about this, but there was no problems in the homework about this. So now I don't know how to do it because I just read it
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't practice it. Oh, let me look at this. I see.
Thank you.
What the thing that's confusing me is that the mean of those 5 students, that was the same score as the previous the other students.
Yep.
So if we talk about the randomly selected students greater than the mean achieved by the students in the previous problem. Oh, okay.
I mean, it's 160 and it's 160.
Yeah, I think it's just, there's been numerous times in our homework where it's come out to be the exact same thing as the thing before.
Yeah, it's just a different way of like
Yeah,
wording
right.
it. Yeah.
So
5 randomly selected students will have a mean score that is greater than the mean achieved by the student. Man, probability is like the one thing that I really suck at.
yeah,
So many things that I suck at. Would it be in the probability applet when we put our z-score in, since our z-score is 1.045? Is it that area number up at the top, 0.148?
No, because it's like the probability. Like you have it's like the whole M&M thing that they're talking about, and it has to equal 1 or 0 for the probability.
Okay, then I'm back to no idea.
Okay.
No, you're
Wait.
fine.
Found
Totally
it. Using the applet, we find the area to the left of z equals 6.79. I don't get that. Okay, let me look at the question again. What is the probability of 5 randomly selected will have a mean score greater than the mean is achieved? Five randomly selected.
This is why I like multiple choice, because at least you can eliminate which ones you know aren't correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Z is going to be. I think you were right that we just need to put it in the probability applet and put it to the right of that.
160? That's going to be
No, the Z-score that we got, 1.045.
okay.
I think we just put that into the probability applet and then highlight the area to the right of that. I mean, that's the most that I can find is section 4 about making inferences in our textbook. And it says, first we compute the Z-score, and then we put the Z-score into the applet, and then you shade the appropriate area. So
Greater than, that'd be to the right, yeah. So 0.148 again.
Yeah, that's what.
I mean,
It can't all be 1.48.
I bet I just can't find anything else. I mean, other than that, I would just be guessing what numbers to put in there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So at least that's something. 0.148.
Okay, the next 5 will be a lot easier, I'm sure.
They better be. Suppose the mean GPA.
Left skewed. Okay.
With a sample size of 81. So it's still going to be approximately normal.
Approximately.
Yeah, that's true.
You're right. That was a lot easier. Now I just need what is the mean of the distribution of the sample means for all possible samples? Okay, did they give us the mean?
Yes. 3.5.
Okay, so it's 3.5.
So for 10, are we on 10?
We're on 11.
10 was approximately normal.
Because of the large
11,
sample.
right. 11 is, I'm pretty sure, 3.5.
Yes, 3.5.
Because they're just asking, what is the mean?
Mhm.
What is the standard deviation of the distribution?
Yeah, it was like 0.7. Yeah, 0.7. That's a nice standard deviation.
Isn't that when you have to figure out that formula?
So, yeah, this one I think is the one where you have to do what is it? 3.5 over the standard deviation divided by the sample size, the square root of the sample size.
I thought it was the where you had the variable minus the means over the standard distribution divided by the square root of sample or the size.
I think we just said the same thing.
Okay, I'm good.
We just said the same thing, but two different ways.
I'm so glad, and that's really scary for the test because
So what was the answer for 12? So
7.
7.7? Okay.
0.7.
I'm
Yeah.
getting people fading in and out. You say it really slow.
0.7.
Okay,
Good deal.
I got it.
Wait, but 0.7 is just that's just the standard deviation of the sample.
Yeah, it says what is
It's
the
not-
standard deviation of the distribution of the sample means?
The
For all-
distribution of the sample
Yeah.
means, not the standard deviation of the sample.
Oh. My bad. Hold on, let me reread the question now.
Okay, I gotta go back. To this one. Oh, goodness. When did we do this? Was this lesson 5 that we did this? Week 2, lesson. No, week 3. Lesson. This is not far enough. No, it's not lesson 5.
We're still on 12, right?
Yes.
And did we decide it's not 0.7?
I don't think it is.
I think you have to do that equation, but what's the number on the numerator? something minus 3.5. What would be the something?
It's your mean. So
But that's what I'm trying to find out. Is it just the mean, or do you have to have a variable minus the mean on the top? I couldn't remember, and I'm trying to remember what lesson that was that we got that introduced, so I can go check. But I'm searching around all over the place, and I can't find it.
it might be lesson 4.
No, because I just read lesson 5, and that's where they are just introducing z-scores at all. So,
Uh-huh.
but I don't remember doing it last week for the first time. I thought it was the week before.
I think
no.
it's
My husband has an idea.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right, it sounds like they're asking you to find the mean from the information they're giving you. Because you don't have enough information to find a different standard deviation, because they're asking you exactly from the 981 variables that are being put into the system, what's your standard deviation. When they give it to you, it's 0.7.
It is 0.7?
Yeah, because if you look at the information they give you before the questions, it says that the mean is 3.5 and the standard deviation is 0.7. There's no other information in the question to allow you to do any equations. They don't give you a z-score to find out what the variable is. They don't give you a variable to find out what the z-score is. So if you don't have that information, you can't do any equations.
Yeah, where's the variable?
But he's not in the class, so we don't have to go with that.
I say we can just go with it then and just move on.
We can take the test twice too.
Okay.
So
I'm good.
0.7. Because you know what? On question 13, that's where your value or variable or whatever, the less than 3.3 is.
Now I have so many things open, I can't even find the quiz again. Okay, I found it, finally. Okay, what is the probability?
Really? So I do have that.
All right.
So this we have to find the z-score for and then put it into the normal probability applet. Right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So this one's 3.3 minus
81.7.
3.3 minus 3.5 over 0.7 divided by the square root of 81.
Is 9.
9.
All right, I got a z-score of negative 2.571.
I
Negative
was negative 2.597, but
Okay, so you had 9 subtract 3.3, right?
I went 3.3 minus 3.5
Uh-huh.
and divided by, and what I got when I did 0.7 divided by the square root of 81, I got 0.077777 forever. So I did 3.3 minus 3.5 divided by 0.0777777, and I got negative 2.571.
I got a negative 2.597, so. But don't go by my math. We'll go by.
Yeah, I just got the same thing again.
Okay, let me plug in my thing here. I have 0.2857.
Point 0.2857?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we doing the same
Aren't we
thing?
finding the z-score for
Right.
First,
So it would be 3.3 minus 3.5. So what goes on the numerator is 3.3 minus 3.5. So the numerator is going to be negative 0.2. And the denominator is going to be 0.0777. I still get negative 2.571425, so on, so on, so on.
a negative 0.2 divided by 0.077.
Oh, whoops.
I get negative 2.574.
That's what I got 2.5714, but I put a ton of sevens in, so.
I still get 0.2857. What am I doing wrong here? I'm not putting in several sevens though. I'm just using the standard deviation from the problem before.
No. That's not the so what's going to go on the bottom is actually 0.7 divided by the square root of 81,
Which
and
is that
comes out to be 0.0777777.
Oh, 0.0. Okay.
If you put in 3 sevens, it goes to 2.574. Negative 2.574.
Okay, yeah, I now have a negative 2.5.
Okay, so let's see. Wait, where are we at? Number 13? Ooh, we're gonna have a problem with the rounding then, because they want us to round like after all the calculations are made or before?
You round after the final answer.
Okay, so then you can't just put in 3 sevens because it's sevens forever. You would round
so you have to do, it's gonna have to be 0.077.
0.078.
Or yeah, 7/8. That will work too.
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is when you're doing the calculation, you have to put in 0.0 and then put a lot of sevens because it's an infinite number of sevens. If you just put in 3, that's not going to be enough. You're not going to come out to the same answer as if it was infinite sevens. So you have to put in a whole bunch, but then round after you get your calculations completed.
Okay, let's try that. So negative 0.2.
Yes.
Divided by 0.0777777.
Right.
Okay, equals a negative 2.571.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, so then we got to put that in the, we still have to put this in the probability applet.
Okay. I did.
Let's see.
I've got the area or probability is 0.0051.
Yeah, that's what I have too. For the less than 3.3.
0.005.
Okay, what'd you guys get?
0.00051.
Okay, that's what I got too.
And you have to round to 3 decimal points.
Right.
0.005.
Right.
And then the greater mean is, if it's greater, is it shaded on both sides?
Just to the right.
It's going to be to the right of that one. Whatever that z-score is, it's going to be just everything to the right of that.
So it's still the same probability.
Right. So now we would just look at, yeah, it's going to be the same.
It's the same probability.
How about that? 2 answers that match.
2.57.
That seems to be our norm.
Yeah, she likes to do that. But our questions are a lot like that. Wait, what was it?
Okay, what number was that on?
Number
That was
14.
and 13.
What was it? I'm sorry.
You're fine.
0.005 for 13 and 14.
0.005.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Last one.
Oh boy, and it's only a big paragraph.
Wait. United States Coast Guard is underneath.
Standard deviation of passengers' weight is 26.7. So we're looking for those outliers in the z-score.
Okay. Okay, so the sample mean was 177.6. Standard deviation is 26.7.
That was recorded.
180.
26.7. Z equals
As extreme. 185 minus.
But this sample mean was 177.6. Oh, but you're subtracting 185.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm putting the X value as 185.
Okay.
Minus 177.6
I'm with you now.
over 26.7 divided by.
The square root of 48. Is that right?
I think.
That is.
I was trying to decide if we need to use that because it's saying find the probability that a random sample of passengers will have a weight that is more extreme than what was observed in this sample.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I'm gonna read it again.
I'm gonna try it both ways, see what looks more normal.
Gotcha.
Okay, so that did give a possible z-score.
With the square root or the.
No, without doing the square root.
Oh.
Just let me try it with the square root. So that would be 26.7 divided by that also looks like it could be a z-score, so I don't know.
6.928. Let's see. All right, for that one, I got 1.068 with the square root. And then without the square root,
I got 1.922.
with the square root, did you use the square root as the standard deviation at the bottom?
I did.
I did 185 minus 177.6 over 26.7 divided by the square root of 48.
Oh. Because I just did the square root of 48 on the bottom.
No, you have to do the standard deviation minus the square root.
Oh.
If you're going to go with that one. Or if you're just going to go with just the standard deviation on the bottom, then it comes out differently. It's 0.27716.
26.7 minus or divided by the square root.
Right.
Okay. And that one, 1.920. Is that what you got?
1.92, yeah.
Yep. Okay.
82.
That does seem like a possible z-score.
Mm-hmm.
Or 26.7.
What is the... Okay, what are you asking me? Let me figure this out. We'll have a weight that is as extreme or more extreme.
So 2%, that sounds extreme.
Then was it
0.0274. So that would be 2% of the population would be
With that, let's try plugging it in.
extreme or extreme.
Or let's see. 0.2.
Okay, let me understand this question again.
You're good.
As extreme or more extreme, either above or below. So that would be both ends, right?
Yeah. And if you plug in the the z-score of just the 26.7, I don't know if that counts as extreme, because aren't we looking for the outliers of the whole thing?
Right. So when I plug in the z-score of 1.922
Yeah.
and I click both ends, I get 0.0546, which would be 5%.
Which is pretty extreme.
Right.
Well, yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards that one, honestly. 9.2.
And it says either above or below, so you need to click both of those. So 0.054, no, 0.05.
It would be 0.055 if we round.
If we
Right.
round, yeah. 5%.
I have no idea if that's right, but
I feel like we go with that one.
okay.
I'm going to go with that one too, because it's in Texas is 11:05.
Oh, are you in Texas too?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I'm in Texas.
11:05.
Yay. Go Texas.
You guys are all in Texas? That's funny.
Yeah, I'm in Fort Worth.
I'm in Houston.
I'm north of Austin.
Oh my gosh, we're all scattered around.
You guys are, and that's a big state.
We're all about 3 hours in either direction.
Yeah, exactly. We should find out what the standard deviation of our distances are.
That's funny.
All right, I'm gonna
Find out, you let me know.
Mine would be like the crazy extreme Z-score because I'm all the way in Utah.
Oh no, you're the outlier.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
No, I'm in California.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Then,
Oh.
Hey, what was the answer for 15, real quick?
0.055. Maybe. We hope.
Okay. Anybody submit it yet?
I'm
I
about
did.
to.
Looks like we've missed 5 questions, guys. Wow.
Oh shoot! It was
Hey, but
B.
the last one was right. We got the last one right.
Yay!
Oh my goodness. Okay.
But it's 9 o'clock.
All right, I gotta go to bed. It's super late.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
I'm gonna work on this a little bit more, and
too.
I'll see what I can find out.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Bye.
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 Bye.